Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on aplustudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter System of Linear Equations. The lessons we're going to cover today are, let's just start with the lesson that is solve a system of equations using elimination. What problems you can do on your own. Solve using elimination. Negative x plus 10y equals negative 19 and x plus 3y equals negative 7. So we have to either add or subtract these equations, right? So we can add these two equations to cancel out the x variable. So x minus x is 0. 10 plus 3 is 13, that is 13y equals negative 26. So y equals negative 2. Now substitute y equals to in any of the equation and calculate the value of x. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, solve using elimination. I think that's the one we just did on the tutorial. So we need to add both the equations because if you look at the equation, here you have x and here you have negative x. So when you add both the equations, x and negative x cancel out each other, right? So let's just add them. Negative x plus 10y equals negative 19. X plus 3y equals negative 7. So x minus x is 0. 13y equals negative 26. So y equals negative 2. Now substitute y equals negative 2 in any of the equation and calculate the value of x. So that is x plus 3 times negative 2 equals negative 7. X minus 6 equals negative 7. X equals negative 7 plus 6, that is negative 1. So option number 2 is the correct option. The values are negative 1 and negative 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. They are negative 1 and negative 2. 2x minus y equals negative 15 and negative x minus y equals negative 3. So if we when we subtract both the equations, we can cancel out the variable y. So let's just subtract both the equations to eliminate the variable. y. Negative x minus y equals negative 3. So plus and plus because we are subtracting. So when we are subtracting, all these signs are changed. So positive y and negative y cancel out. 2 plus 1 is 3x equals negative 15 plus 3 is negative 12. So x equals negative 4. Now substitute x equals negative 4 in any of the equation and calculate the value of y. So negative x, no, minus 4 minus y equals negative 3. So 4 minus y equals negative 3 minus y equals negative 3 plus negative 3 minus 4 negative y equals negative 7. So y equals 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. The x and y values are negative 4 and 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. They are negative 4 and 7. Option 1 is the correct option. Negative 7x plus 8y equals 8 and 6x minus 8y equals negative 16. So we need to add both the equations because when we add both the equations, the variable y would be eliminated. So negative 7x plus 8y equals 8 and 6x minus 8y equals negative 16. So 8 minus 8 is 0. Negative 7x plus 6s is negative x equals negative 8. So x equals 8. Now substitute x equals 8 in any of the equation and calculate the value of the y. Mm, 6 times 8 minus 8 times y equals negative 16. 8 times 6 is 48. Negative 16 minus 48. So negative 16 minus 48 is negative 64. So negative 8y equals negative 64. So y equals 8. So the correct option is option number 2, x equals 8 and y equals 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. 8 and 8 is the correct option. Okay, 3x plus 6y equals negative 18 and 5x plus 6y equals 2. Okay, so let's just subtract both the equations so that we can eliminate the variable y. So that is 3x plus 6y equals negative 18. 5x plus 6y equals 2. So let's just eliminate the variable y. So it would be negative 2x minus 20, so x equals 10. Now substitute x equals 10 in any of the equation and calculate the value. So substitute x equals 10 in any of the equation. 5 times 10 plus 6y equals 2. So 6y equals 2 minus 50. That is 6y equals negative 48. So y equals negative 8. Option number. Y equals negative 8. So 10 and negative 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself here today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is solve a system of equations using augmented matrices. Solve using augmented matrices. So first thing we need to learn is We need to write down the augmented matrix first. So 0, 1 and 7, 1, negative 3 and negative 17. So swap any two rows, multiply any row by a non-zero number. Add a multiple of any row to any other row. Need to use these three operations and we have to convert it into identity matrix, right? So when we apply the different operations and convert the one part to the identity matrix, the second is the solution of the equation. Let's just start with the test questions. Solve using augmented matrices. X minus 3y equals negative 17. Let's just rewrite the augmented matrices. X is 0, y is 1 and 7. X is 1, y is negative 3 and negative 17. So let's just convert this portion into the identity matrix. First thing we need to do is we need to interchange the row because the identity matrix is 1 0 and 0 1. So we already have 0 here. So let's just interchange the row. We are going to do we are going to interchange r1 to r2. So now it is 1 negative 3 negative 17 0 1 and 7. This is already we have 0 and 1. We just have to make 0 over here. So how do we make a 0? If you add r1 plus 3r2 makes 0. r1 is 1, negative 3 plus 3 because 0 times 3 is 0, and negative 17 plus 7 times 3 is 21. 0, 1 and 7. So that is 1, 0, 0, 1. 21 minus 17 is 4 and 7. So see here we have the identity matrix now. So this is the solution. X equals 4 and y equals 7. The correct option is option number 2, that is 4 and 7. X equals negative 8. 6x minus 5y equals negative 8. 1, 0, negative 8. 6 minus 5, negative 8. So we need to make 0 and 1 here. So to make 0 here, we need to do R2 minus 6R1. That is 1, 0, negative 8. 6 minus 6, 5 minus negative 5 minus 0, negative 8 plus 6 times 8 is 48. So we have 1, 0, 0, negative 5, negative 8 and 40. Now we need to make 1 here. We need to divide it by the negative 5. 1, 0, negative 8, 0, 1, negative 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. They are negative 8 and negative 8. Option 1 is the correct option. Negative 5x minus 3y equals 13. So let's just make the augmented matrix negative 5, negative 3, 13, 1, 0, and 1. First thing we need to do is let's just entertain the rules, right? Because the 1, 0, 1, negative 5, negative 3, and 13. Now we need to make 0 here. So R2 plus 5R1. Let's just add 1, 0, 1. Negative 5 plus 5. We have 0, negative 3 plus 0, and 13 plus 5. So that is 1, 0, 1. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0, minus 3, and 18. So let's just divide this R2 by negative 3. So negative 1 by 3 R2. So it is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, negative 6. So the solution is 1 and negative 6. Option number option number 1 is the correct option, that is 1 and negative 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is the next lesson is solve a system of equation using any method. So whatever method you can find easy, you can do. Okay, I'm going to start with the test question. 5x minus 2y equals negative 1. Negative 5x plus 4y equals negative 13. So depending on the question, let's just add both the equations. 5x minus 5x minus 2y equals negative 1. Negative 5x plus 4y equals negative 13. 4 minus 2 is 2y equals negative 14. So y equals negative 7. Now substitute y equals 7 in any of the equation and calculate the value of x. Basically, if you look at the equations, you can eliminate the variable x. So that's why I'm using the elimination method. So depending on the question, whatever method is easy, you can do. 5 times x minus 2 times negative 7 equals minus 10. 5x plus 14 equals minus 1. 5x equals negative 15. X equals negative 3. Option number 1 is the correct option, negative 3 and negative 7. 3x plus 3y equals negative 18. 3x minus 3y equals 12. So let's just add both the equations. 3x plus 3y equals negative 18. 3x minus 3y equals 12. 6x equals negative 6, so x equals 1. Negative 1. 3 times negative 1 minus 3y equals 12. Negative 3y equals 12 plus 3, so y equals negative 5. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is negative 1 and negative 5. So 5x plus 9y equals 1 and x equals 2. So if you look at the equations, substitution method is, you can use substitution method because one of the variable is already isolated. So let's just use the substitution method. 5 times 2 plus 9y equals 1. 9y equals 1 minus 10. Y equals negative 1. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 2 and negative 1. So just look at the equations and use the method that is easy to solve the equation. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 math. So we were working on grade 10 math. Chapter we were working on is system of linear equations. The lessons we have covered to solve a system of equations using elimination, solve a system of equations using augmented matrices, and solve a system of equations using any method. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions. Okay, then that's all.